Good evening, my fellow SAP students. What I would like to talk to you about this evening is the Agile method of the software development lifecycle. In a previous YouTube video, I discussed the waterfall method of the software development lifecycle, and if you want to, you can go ahead and find that video on my channel and watch it again to refresh your memory. But in this video, we're going to discuss the Agile method of the software development lifecycle. And basically, the Agile method is composed of 1, a product backlog, 2, a sprint backlog, 3, you're going to have a sprint of 3 to 5 weeks. That means that you are going to finish the work and all of the work in 3 to 5 weeks. And then a little splinter of that is going to be your daily stand-up meeting. And then you're going to complete it with a finished product. So how this Agile method of software development lifecycle differs from waterfall method, I will explain that to you. Now you have different waterfall methodologies, and the waterfall methodology that I explained to you in my earlier video is slightly different from the methodology that was used in this particular video, but it still contains many of the same elements. So you're going to have your documentation, you're going to have your development, you're going to have your testing, your scope, you're going to have meetings and workshops, you're going to have business intervention methodology, and finally, you're going to complete the work. Now, how that differs from the Agile method of software development lifecycle is in the Agile method, as I have previously stated, is you're going to have your product backlog, you'll have your sprint backlog, you're going to have your development stage, you'll have a daily stand-up meeting, and then you will finish the work. Basically, what happens in the waterfall methodology of software development lifecycle is 80% of the time is spent in meetings. So that's a lot of time spent with people talking and perhaps, I don't know, not accomplishing very much. In waterfall, you have a lot of documentation that is produced that adds no value to the business. And the waterfall method of software development lifecycle can take months or even years to complete. The difference between the Agile method of software development lifecycle is meetings in the Agile method are greatly reduced. You have one meeting every morning. It's a daily stand-up meeting, and basically you're asked 3 questions. First question is, what have you done yesterday? The second question is, what will you do today? The third question is, are there any problems? And so those are the 3 questions that you'll be asked at the daily stand-up meeting in the Agile method of software development lifecycle. In Agile, there's no documentation. You don't keep any records. And in Agile, it's an agreement to complete a project enhancement or other piece of work in 3 to 5 weeks. So whereas in Waterfall, they might complete a piece of work in months or years, in Agile, you will complete that piece of work in weeks or months. So that's the difference between the 2 methodologies of the software development lifecycle. So I thought it was important to make a video to explain this methodology to my fellow SAP students. So I hope that you have gotten something out of this and you learned something from this, and I hope you have a good evening. Good night.